Hey, this is Cradiac. Thanks for stopping by the channel. This is the work log 1 of my GameCube portable. So, I just started on it yesterday. I haven't gotten very far. I basically took it all apart. There's all the parts and everything. So I basically took it apart and I just got finished desoldering the different ports and stuff, you know, like memory card port and all those different things. So right now, I've left this on there just because I don't know if I'm going to have to remove it or not. I probably will, but I don't know yet. This is the first GameCube board that I've worked with. I'm not real familiar with it. I'm kind of learning as I go. The Wii was the first project I did, the Wii laptop, and I know that board pretty well, what goes where and everything. This one I don't, so I'm not sure if I'll end up needing this. It'll probably end up coming off too, but there's some stuff I may end up soldering back. I'm not for sure yet. Such as the memory card guy over there, right here. There's a couple of different options as far as trimming the board. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. I feel fairly comfortable trimming. It's just about basically how much work I want to do, because the more that you trim off, the more extra soldering I'm going to have to do to, basically, instead of soldering your port here, you're going to have to find where on the board that it goes and then solder to it directly. So it's just more work. I haven't completely decided what I'm going to stick this in yet. I think I'm going to use a Xeon housing. If that's the case, I don't need it to be super duper small because, this will fit in there just as it is right now. Maybe I have to trim a little bit. I know I'm going to trim off the gold border for sure, or the copper border for sure, but beyond that, I'm not sure. If I make it tiny and it's unnecessary, it's just adding in a lot of extra work. So, haven't figured out that yet, but right now I've just got everything taken off that I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off the outside border of it, and then I'll be back here instantly for you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so here we are. I just finished getting everything trimmed. So this is just the first revision. Like I said, I don't know what case I'm going to put it in yet. I have an idea, but depending on, once I get it in and start tinkering, I may need it to be smaller, so I may go with a more aggressive cut. This is the minimalist cut. The less cutting I have to do, the better. I love soldering, but I hate cutting. I'm always afraid that I'm going to cut through something that's important and just cause myself a great deal of extra stress. So, for those of you who don't know, the GameCube board has 4 layers. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera or not. Probably not. You can kind of see. Focus. Well, anyways, you can refer to some better quality pictures, but there's actually 2 layers on the top and 2 on the bottom with the PCB squished in the middle. So, you have to be very careful when you're cutting to make sure that it is nice and smooth. You don't want those layers to short each other out. So, if you use the scoring method where you kind of make a little notch in it and then try to break it off, or if you use scissors or something like that, it's probably not going to work or be good enough, or you'll have to do a whole lot of sanding after the fact. So I use a Dremel. Just use a basic cutting tool, and then I use the sander, a sanding attachment, to go through and get everything nice and smooth. So, which I don't think you'll be able to really catch on the camera, but it is, yeah, there we go. It is pretty smooth, so you can kind of see the layers there. So everything looks good on that, and you can always sand it with some fine sandpaper by hand as well. You don't have to use a Dremel for that part. But anyway, so this is the cut board. The only thing I did different on the minimalist cutting guide is that they cut through this piece right here where the controller ports connect. I didn't, because I think I'm going to need those. You can solder directly to the points up here where these traces run to, but for just that tiny little bit of board there, if I'm able to fit it in there, it'd be easier just to solder to this. So that's just a preference that I had. But anyways, so this is pretty much where I'm at, just the first little bit. After this, I'm going to try to get my case and actually start trying to fit things in there and find out exactly what I need to do to make it all work. One thing I want to do on this that I didn't do on my Wii laptop is I actually, even though this uses more power than most of the Wii portables, I want to have a battery pack in here if I can manage it. I should be able to. So I want this to be completely 100% portable. So I'm going to start getting all that stuff together and figure out how I need to make it work and fit in there. So on the next work log, it will probably be related to that. So that's it for now, and I also have to get this guy on there, so I'll do that either on that video or perhaps I'll do one beforehand. But the regulator, this little guy right here, I have to, since this board doesn't have it built into it, I'll have to get this wired into it, so, and get it fixed somewhere on there. But anyway, so that's it for today, and I will talk with you all on the next work log. Thanks.